I told you I'm coming for you, I'm coming through you, either way, it don't matter. So clear the space like
Welcome to another episode of BIRDGANG Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, BIRDGANG 31.
Hey, why they so mad at you? A cock to the distance, no, I'm the raddest dude. Plus the flow is on point and it's tactical. Don't hate my goose, gon' get after you. Don't feel bad, but I do. Leaving behind, girl, that's what you had to do. Lord, say this is not something for you. It's the shit that got me going prehistoric. I'ma beat the people they been fiending for it. If you see the problems, I can be ignored. Dumping in the trenches, I've been bleeding for it. Go nuclear like you can nuke 'em. I rebuke 'em if they attack, then I juke 'em. Fuck 'em like Michael, I spook 'em. Hit 'em with the kitchen. I'ma bring it to the pessimist. Hope you niggas get the message. This is it for the pessimist. Killing demons like an exorcist. Passive aggressive is over. This shit for the soldiers and all of the warriors. Know that the battle is glorious. Until my whole team is victorious, bitch, I'm a monster. Bitch, I'm a monster. I'm saying, bitch, I'm a monster. If I snuck up in the bedroom and touch you while you sleep, know it's me, yeah. I'm fucking with you, I ain't gonna get you out after this track. TCJ made it. Just can't believe what I'm doing. I'm in like a cat hoeing 9 lives. Summer 18, they squeezing the 9, 10 times. In these cats lost, but I'm staying hard.
What is up? What is up? Welcome to Hanging Out with BG. You know how it is. Happy 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody stays safe this weekend, and I hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July tomorrow, man. How is everybody doing today? Let's see what we got in the building already. We got my boy Future AM is in the building. He says, hope everybody's having an amazing 4th of July weekend. Go Birds. Everybody, please be safe. Yes, please be safe out there. I know it gets crazy 4th of July, and I don't want to see anybody, get hurt or, something bad happen to anybody. So make sure you're safe out there. Keep your loved ones close and make sure when you're popping those fireworks, you adults be taking care of that business. But, yeah, man, let's talk about some Eagles, man. How's everybody doing? Let's talk some Eagles football, man. I was thinking the other day, what would be something else to do to talk about? What up, Richard? How you doing, my guy? I was like, now the free agency's over. We done talked about the quarterback situation. We done talked about every single thing that we can so far this offseason. So I was like, let me think about something. What can we talk about? So I decided, let's talk about which roster. Now, first off, I want to let all you guys know. What up, AK? I want to let all you guys know that I know we have not played one game this year. I know this. The point of this is just to look at the rosters and, to have some little debate about, which roster is actually better. The one that won the Super Bowl or the one that we put together this offseason. So before you say, hey, you can't do nothing, we haven't seen the team play. I know that part. Take a chill pill. We're just talking about something different today. It gets a little overwhelming talking about the same thing. So what up, Philly Halftime? Thanks for stopping by. Make sure all you guys hit that like on the way in. That helps get my content out to everybody out there, the whole nation. Eagles Nation. He says, I hope everybody has a great week. My boy James Wolf in the building. How you doing? And this is going to be a call-in. Let me actually do that now. I know I put it on the link. It might be in the descriptions. It might not be. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. It's going to be a call-in show, because I want to hear from you guys. And anybody that want to come in, call and jump online, let's talk about the two teams and talk about the championship Eagles versus, the new Eagles. Go ahead and hit that. Drop it in the chat right now. Give me 1 second. There we go. There it is. It is dropped on all platforms. We are going live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook groups, Facebook pages. So we are on 8 different platforms going live wherever you at, like I said before, please hit that like and let's get into it. First off, I want to look at the team. I want to look at this team here, the 2017, and this is going to be from the roster that played in the Super Bowl, I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. So, taking a look at it. We got. Let me get it on my. Let me get on here. So what we got is starting at receiver. We had Alshon Jeffries and Nelson Aguilar. Alshon Jeffries and Nelson Aguilar. Left tackle we have Vitae, Stephen Winkowski, Jason Kelsey, Brooks, Lane Johnson, tight end Zach Ertz, Nick Foles, quarterback, LeGarrette Blount at the running back spot, and Torrey Smith as the other receiver. Oh, we got someone in here, Big AK in the building. What's up, my guy?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you having me on.
Thanks no problem, man. I was just going over the roster so everybody knows. I'm going off of the actual Super Bowl champion roster.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do quarterback, if you want to say if there's a difference, if you want to count Carson or if you want to count Wentz, Nick Foles, that's fine too. Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
He said we had a way better running game in 2007. Yeah, I'll give you that one, but we're going to get into it. So on defense, we had Vinny Curry, Tim Jernigan, Brandon Graham, Michael Kendricks, Nigel Bradham, Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby, Corey Graham, Rodney McLeod, and Malcolm Jenkins with kicker Jake Elliott. So that is the roster. So you guys can see that is the roster that we had Super Bowl Sunday. So that's kind of what I'm going based off of. Like I said, Carson Wentz, Jay Ajayi, we can add those into their perspective, little rankings there. But other than that, all these guys are the starters.
Where's Chris Long at on that list? Wasn't he in 17? Yeah.
Let's see. DN.
Pretty sure Chris Long was part of that, right? Or was that the next year? No, that was 17. Yeah.
It has Vinny Curry starting, so this is off the starters off the list. I think Chris Long was a rotational guy.
Gotcha.
That's why it wasn't on the main list here. Yeah, he definitely was on that team. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait a minute, he is on that team. Why is his name not on here? Let me double check real fast. But yeah, it's off of the starters who started in Super Bowl in 2017. So, let's get into it, AK man.
For sure, buddy.
Cole Cowboy in here, All-Star team. You right, Cole. You better be worried about the All-Star team running over your Cowgirls, baby. Woo! Shout out to you, Cole. Much love to you, my guy. Our corners may be better this season. All right, well, we're going to get into it. We're going to break down each category one by one, going through the whole roster. And at the end, we'll make our decision who we think is the better team and, which team we like the most. So let's start out with the quarterbacks.
Okay.
Quarterbacks. We're starting, we're going to do it like this. Carson Wentz versus Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Who do you got in that scenario, AK?
Man, this one, you're probably not gonna like my decision at the end, but it's based off of what I know and what I've seen. But with quarterback position, man, like we have not seen Jalen Hurts in his second year yet. It's like you said just a little bit ago. All this is just on paper this year. We haven't seen it physically yet. Man, I'll tell you what, Carson had an amazing 2017 season, man. He really did.
He did.
I got to give it to Carson just because of the fact that was his year too, and we're talking about 17 and 22. This is Jalen's first full second year starting. I have to give it to Carson because at least in 17, I know what happened.
Yeah, now it's Carson's second year starting. Too,
Yeah,
as well.
so I have to give it to Carson just because I already know what happened there. You know.
Oh, let's flip it around then.
Yeah.
Who would you choose if it's Jalen versus Nick Foles as a quarterback?
Jalen, and it's no disrespect to Nick. It's just Jalen's mobile.
What's good, sports with Mama?
Nick was kind of mobile. I mean, he didn't have to run, obviously, but he could move in the pocket if he needed to. But definitely mobility goes Jalen's way. Nick has the better arm, I'll say that, and he probably has the better smarts, but that has to do with experience and being a vet. But all around athleticism and just football in general, I'd probably take Hurts over Nick just because of his escaping ability.
Yeah, I get it, man. And the Carson Wentz thing, I know everybody's gonna kill me, because
Why didn't you say it?
Oh man, I know everybody's gonna kill me, but I don't know, man. I'm saying right now, with the weapons Jalen got to its disposal, progression of what Jalen should be, and the fact that his first year was better than Carson's first year, I'm going Jalen Hurts for both, really, for Nick and for Carson. I love all three of them. Don't get me wrong, I still love Carson. I hate on him sometimes. I still love him because without him, we don't got no ring. We need him to get that ring. So I still love Carson, but who do I like more out of the quarterback situation? I'm gonna have to go with, Jalen Hurts. So we got. I need to find a pen here. You'll keep track
I
here.
get it, dude. But based off that 17 season, though, bro.
Yeah, Carson was MVP that year.
Out. I mean, I can't take that away from him. No matter how much I don't respect him right now, I still can't take that away from him. I mean, that's his only year he has, so I'm going to give it to him. Literally, that's his only year, so I'm going to give it to him.
I can't take away the only good year he had.
Yeah, right?
Whoa.
That's his only good year, dude. So I take that away. This dude just sucks, so I got to give him credit where it's due.
Do you got a pen by you by chance?
Do I have a pen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep track here. Let's keep track here. Oh, we got BLSG in the building. What up, BLSG?
What's good, gentlemen? How we doing on this fine evening?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Can't be on here that long. I'm only going to be on here for like 25 minutes. I got a Philly stream to do tonight, as this is the series closer against the St. Louis Cardinals. But I'm, about 25 minutes for me. He's enough to chat up with you guys. So let's talk some birds, man.
Sands, how you doing, my guy? Thanks for stopping by. And just so you guys know, and really I want to make it Eagles fans, unless you're really going to talk about two different Eagles teams, I wanted Eagles content creators and Eagles fans to be on this list. To call in and discuss this. So, BLSG, you just came up in here. You heard us starting off. Who do you like more, Jalen or Foles?
What are we keeping track of again?
We're gonna mark. Like for quarterback, you can be like you picked basically 17.
Okay, so you want me to keep track 17 or 22? Gotcha.
Yeah, 17 and 22, so we can see who
between the two teams he's talking about.
Yep.
Honestly, right now for me, I have to go with the 2017 team because Nick Foles was the quarterback then. He was surrounded with all kinds of very good weapons. He was surrounded by Nelson Aguilar, even though he kind of dropped the ball a lot in his career as an Eagle. We had Alshon Jeffrey when we picked him up from the Bears. We had Torrey Smith. We had Zach Ertz. We had Trey Burton. We had the weapons. And then when Carson Wentz went out in the Rams game when he got injured, Nick Foles had to step in. And, Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. And another reason why I'm saying the 2017 team was better was because this 2022 team, as much as we want to say that this team is going to be really good this year, we have to see it on the field. I have to see this team on the field before I can say that, this team is going to be so good. And keep in mind, this is contract year for Jalen. So if Jalen Hurts wants to stay as a quarterback in Philadelphia, this year has to be a phenomenal year for Jalen. And I know Jalen has put in the work over the offseason. Him and A.J. Brown always connect together after every offseason. He puts in the work every year. But again, especially this year for Jalen Hurts since it's contract year for him, I got to see on the field. So as of right now, I'm going to say the 2017 team because I've seen it on the field. And for this year's team, I haven't seen it on the field yet. So give me the 2017 team.
So you're going 2017 total. What are you thinking for a quarterback position? So you're taking the 2017 quarterback position?
Well, I mean, again, we have to see what Jalen Hurts has for us this year. I mean, Jalen Hurts, don't get me wrong, Jalen Hurts is going to go out there and give it his all this year because he knows what's on the line. He knows that a new contract for him is on the line this year. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Jalen Hurts is a great guy. You know, he's improving year after year. He works hard. He's in the gym every day. But I just have to go with the team that I've seen on the field as of right now. I haven't seen the 2022 roster yet. I've seen the roster from 2017, and I've seen them on the field, unlike this year's team. I know we got A.J. Brown. I know we got Hassan Reddick. I know we got Zach Pascal. I know we got all these weapons. I know we do. But yet again, I have to see this on the field before I might change my mind.
Okay, I get it. And that's why we're going through the roster. You know, this is just for fun. You just answer. You don't answer the whole questions, all the questions in one answer. Yeah, I know you said you got to get out of here in 25 minutes, but come on now, BLF.
It's only been 2.
Like it's over. Mic drop. I'm out. So obviously BLSG has quarterbacks too, so you can mark him for that. So yeah, let's go to running backs. Now this is where.
Wait, am I doing everyone?
Huh?
Do you want me to do all of you? You and him too?
No, just me and you. We could just do him. He's not gonna be here the whole time. So
okay.
we do ours.
I didn't know I was doing yours too, so hold on. I'm updating it.
I'm trying to get a pen right now, so that should help.
No, you're good. I got it already. We're good. Go ahead.
So for running backs, we had LeGarrette Blount.
Fully halftime. Thank you. It's also a contract year for Miles Sanders as well. He also has to have a great year this year if he wants to stay in Philly.
Jay Ajayi and Corey Clement versus Miles Sanders. And this is just right now. Who knows, how he could pull off another running back trade before the season starts. But as of right now, we got Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenny Gainwell. I think it's quite obvious who's everybody picks going to be because I got the J Train and LeGarrette Blount winning this section of the debate. They're way better right now. I'm so mad that we even got rid of LeGarrette Blount. I wanted to keep him even longer. We probably could have won another Super Bowl. We would have kept him on that roster. So I'm giving it to the 2017 Eagles at the running back position. AK same?
Yeah, man, listen, I'm with you. I've said it multiple times over the last couple of months because we've even talked about this on other people's channels. And I'll tell you, man, I believe LeGarrette Blount was the reason we didn't win 18. If you would have re-signed Blount in 18, you probably would have went back-to-back, because in all honesty, in 18, we needed him. We didn't have that power threat we had before, So, yeah, listen, I like what we have, but, dude, you can't match Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount. Like, that was one hell of a duo at running back, and, one was speed and power, and one was truly just power, and, dude, I miss it already, and it's only been 6 years. So I have to give it to 17, man.
That's not good.
We do not have the pool now that we had then. We don't.
Imagine if the J Train didn't have bad knees.
Appreciate you, Mr. BIRDGANG, for dropping my link in the chat.
Imagine if the J Train didn't have bad knees. How awesome he could have been. He could have been one of the best running backs. We talk about good seasons with him, but we don't talk about him being an elite type running back.
Yeah, he wasn't in too long. But for the time he was in, he made an impact. He got a Super Bowl out of it too. So I mean, he's not complaining. I guarantee you. Like he does not care that he had to retire at 27. You know, he's like, hey, I got something most people don't have, so I'm sure.
That's why I did this show too. I like it, Sans. He said Sanders is way better than any of the backs on a 2017 team. How you feel about that, AK?
I might give you that over Ajayi, but I can't say that about LeGarrette. I mean, I think Sanders. Listen, I'm a Penn State fan. All right, I love Miles Sanders and I love Saquon, and I'm telling you, man, Sanders is special, but he has to do what LeGarrette Blount has done. I mean, if we're looking at longevity and Super Bowls and everything, yes, Sanders has the potential, but one, he's too young yet to give him that over Blount, and two, he hasn't stayed healthy enough the last 2 years. So until he proves that, I can't say that. You know, I love Sanders. I think he could be better than Blount, but not right now.
Sanders fans, I will say this. I do believe that Sanders is the best running back out of all of them.
Out of
best overall running back, right? But in terms of the running back room, for sure, 17 got him beat because you got J.J. and LeGarrette Blount. You know, if Miles Sanders never was hurt, 4 weeks out of the season, if he'd been tearing it up ever since he got in, he didn't have no worries about him, then hands down, I'll probably even go with this year. But the fact that year, man, those guys together, that was the most awesome 1-2 punch in the league, man. Those guys were awesome.
And no lie, man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, and I was just saying, like, no lie. People also, I think, tend to forget LeGarrette Blount was a beast in Tampa. When he first came into the league, LeGarrette Blount was amazing as a Buck. You remember that, dude?
He's been a beast since he was in Oregon.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying though, like he was a beast. Like he didn't get enough credit when he first came in because the Bucks were just terrible. But LeGarrette Blount always was good. Like he always was good.
Dude, how many championships LeGarrette Blount got? Didn't he win 3 with the Patriots?
Well, he's got doesn't he have 2 with the Patriots and 1 with us?
Oh, the 2 with the Patriots and 1 with us?
Yeah, so I think he has 3 altogether. I mean, dude, I can't get
wherever he was going. It was like remember like back in the day with Vinatieri. He was on the Patriots, and whenever Vinatieri won like a championship win when he went to the Colts, like that's how it was with LeGarrette Blount, man. Like he won those championships, came to us, and then won another one. Like
because he went from Tampa Bay to the Patriots, 1-2 with the Patriots, came to us, won the first year there, and then he went to Detroit, and then he retired. So. I mean, until Sanders wins 3 Super Bowls, bro, I cannot put him in front of Blount. I can't. I'm sorry.
And the argument with that is, well, I guess
Blount is a beast, bro.
Argument
Why do you think he was nicknamed the Brain?
But he's always like a rotational back.
Yeah, I mean, dude, just look at the yards and touchdowns right now. They don't compare. I mean, I understand, like. Yeah, like he has 5.5 yards per carry. I get that, dude, but he's only been in the league 3 years. Yeah, I mean, you're disrespecting a man who was in the league for 10 plus years. Really? I can't say that, dude. Like like I said, I love Miles, but he's not better than LeGarrette Blount. Not right now, at least. I mean, that's almost saying like Sanders is better than McCoy. I'd have to turn my camera off. Like, no,
that's not the same though.
Kind of because it's longevity.
Like Garrett Blount, I get it. I get what he's saying. Like I said, Sanders is way more explosive than LeGarrette Blount would ever be in his lifetime.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and like I said, like Sanders, if he's healthy, he could be that lead back that doesn't really need to have another running back come in and rotate out with him. If he stays healthy, that's his problem. He doesn't stay healthy to get the recognition as being that guy. Mm-hmm. But like Garrett Blount, man, I don't care if he's splitting time or not. He's a dog. It takes like half a football team to tackle that guy. Like he put in those work. He put in that work. 18 touchdowns. Like this guy said right here, 18 touchdowns. Yeah, 18 touchdowns a year. How many times has Sanders ever had 18 touchdowns? Overall, I do pick Sanders at being, like I said, Big Sanders are being a better back right now, overall back.
Well, when you talk overall explosiveness and just athletic ability altogether, yes, Sanders is better than Blunt. But when you talk about the football player, though, Blunt has him beat.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep it at, for me at least, we're gonna keep it at the 17 Eagles at the running back position. What up, VPS? In the chat if you want to jump in on here. But this is a call-in, so further AM, Marianne, Sands, anybody, Eagles fans, any Eagle fans can come jump on. The link is inside of the chat. StreamYard link is there, and we can talk about it. Because I knew this was going to be a debate, because I see how people are going with it already.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like, are you talking about overall? Are you talking about just that season versus,
Yeah.
And I get it both ways, what I'm saying?
Well, and the one, Marina, I love that, but honestly, that argument is invalid because literally you put anyone on the Patriots with Brady, they will be good. Like Mike Evans, if you would take him from Tampa and throw him with the Patriots, dude, Mike Evans would be even way better than what he is in Tampa. That dude already has 8 1,000-yard seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that argument because everybody became a winner when they went to Brady and the Patriots.
And that's the reason why I can say Brady's not a GOAT, too, because everybody went to the Patriots. But that's another conversation we'll get
for another day.
Yeah. What up, CG Ruthless? Shout out to my boy CG Ruthless from, this guy pump out that Niner content and wrestling content. He been pumping out them wrestlers, man. He done had, like, every day he got another wrestler on the show, on the network, man. He's doing work. He puts in that work, grinds hard. If you have not subscribed to CG Ruthless, make sure you go subscribe to my guy, man. He's part of the network. He does his thing. He does big things. And I'm pretty sure Mr. BIRDGANG going to drop his link inside of the chat any second now. So check it out.
No,
what you say further? You just say McCoy was. Oh, I read that wrong. My bad.
Oh, did you think he said average?
I was getting hyped out. It wasn't highlighted. I thought he was gonna say McCoy was average, and I seen Savage. Like, whoa!
I saw it too. I had to retake because
I had to stop. My bad. But he definitely was Savage for sure.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? What up?
He said, "Blunt Charger game 2017." Yes. Dude, I am not even debating.
Dude, LeGarrette Blount was so good for us in 2017, bro.
He was so good, but he was just like that. Was just his like he wasn't like I think Marion said.
LeGarrette Blount was literally the man, bro.
He wasn't in his prime, but at the same time, he was still.
He was still a good running back at the end of the day.
Yeah, he was a great running back, man. I like LeGarrette Blount. Like he's one of my favorite running backs in terms of power backs there is. Like I might even put him over. I don't know if I can do that. I was gonna say the bus, but I like the bus too. So that is elite from Sanders. He just needs the ball. That's facts too, and you heard him say it. You heard Miles Sanders come out and say, he just needs opportunities. He needs opportunities. That's what he needs. People forget what was it the year before last, right? Where Derrick Henry was the MVP, or he had the rushing title. But if you looked at the stats, Miles Sanders had more yards per top defense. Whenever our team or the Tennessee was going against the top ranked defense, run stopping defense, Miles Sanders had more yards than that than Derrick Henry overall, and I think that is under the radar, like big, because when you're going to get the best defenses in the NFL and you putting up more stats than Derrick Henry, that makes you a straight dog. For real.
If Sanders is all right, he all right. Yeah.
What up, Awesomeness?
What's up, BIRDGANG?
What's up, Awesomeness?
What's up,
BPS?
What up, BIRDGANG? What's good? What's up, BG?
BPS, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Why I can't hear you?
Oh, my bad. I gotta put my volume up.
Yeah, put your volume up on your mic. You did the same thing in Mitch's stream.
All right, is it better now?
Let me see. I can control that. Hold on, let me see. Maybe it'll work better.
Wait, talk again, Slay?
What's good, yo?
Okay, I can hear you. BBS,
you're good,
you're
you're
on
good, you're
running
good.
back, but I need you to go back to and give me who do you think is better, the quarterback position to 2017, Carson Wentz or Nick Foles versus Jalen Hurts. We split it up at me and AK. He said Carson he has over Hurts just because that year he was the MVP candidate. You know, he should have won the MVP. And he said Jalen was better than Nick. But how do you see it?
Wait, Jalen was better than Nick in what year?
No. You come in way too close. I'm not going all this over again. It wasn't just I didn't say that and stop. There was things. He asked the question Nick over Jalen, and I said I would take Jalen over Nick because of his athleticism and his mobility. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
just
saying
the 2017
Oh, so
year.
you're
That,
basically
the players on that team in 2017. We're not going on. It's just that year.
that was
You
a
know,
separate question.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. You're saying like overall who's better. Yeah.
Yes.
I would take. I think Nick Foles is just a more efficient quarterback. He's a lot more prudent. I just think if you take like athleticism and like I would say just mobility, and then like metrics, Hurts is better. Yeah.
So who you taking the 2017 Eagles quarterback room or the 2022?
I would take the 2017 quarterback room. I'll take that.
17. All right. That's 2 against 1, really. And
I got
BLSU, that's 3 against 1. But let's go with running backs. Who you taking?
Oh, easy 2017. Easy.
Okay. We're all equal there. Do you have a say on that, Awesomeness?
Say what?
Are you just in to listen to the debate? You're here to listen to the debate.
I mean, I'm in for it.
Well, let's move
What
on
was the
then.
question? Sorry, what was the question? My bad.
Well, I don't know if this question applies. Did you watch the 2017 Eagles?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so who do you like, Jalen Hurts, or do you like the 2017 Carson Wentz and Nick Foles combo?
I picked the 2017. Pick that.
I guess it's a 4-1. You know what? 4-1 sweep. All right. Now for both of you guys, well, do you think LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi versus Miles Sanders and whoever else you want to put with him?
Yeah, Kenny Gainwell.
You want to go Gainwell?
Gainwell is RB1 by the end of the season. That's my prediction.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
That is a bold take, man.
That ain't gonna happen.
Hey,
I hope it doesn't happen, really.
It's not going to, man, because fucking Gainwell is literally Darren Sproles 2.0. He is a change of pace back. He's not.
I mean, that's not all true because look, you have to look back at what he did. So at Memphis, they didn't give him a lot of opportunities. But when he touched the ball, when you take change of pace out of the context, when he ran the ball, he still played like an actual running back. Maybe he hit hard. And Memphis is a really good conference. So I'm not taking anything away from him. I think
I'm not taking nothing away from him. But when you look at modern day halfbacks, he does not fit that mold. He really doesn't. It's like Miles Sanders, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, James Robinson, all these guys. They're big, powerful.
Najee.
Miles
Dude, Gainwell is none of those guys. Like
Miles Sanders really he's like 5'11", bro. He ain't that big.
Sanders, dude. He's big. He's sneaky big. What do you mean? Like Sanders,
He is considered like a semi big back. Yeah,
he's
not like he's no
balanced.
Henry, but he is a bigger back.
He's balanced. He
balanced,
doesn't have a lot of power to him, but he does
balance on Madden when you're creating your running back. That's what Miles Sanders is.
Yeah,
There's a lot of running backs I would take over him, to be honest. No disrespect to Miles.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys that are better than him. I think he's in that class with I don't know.
now, do you say that because of his injury history, though?
No, it's not because of that. It's just what I've seen from him. I think he's a RB1 for sure. Like I'm not saying that he's not. I just think he could be like he's in the right scheme. It's just that like the way he gets utilized. It's like sometimes it's like he gets utilized right, but the consistency isn't right. Like if you get what I mean. Like it's like one year he's really good, and then the next year it's like what happened with the touchdown? Like he's boom, but he's like sometimes the injuries is a big factor, but like I'm not gonna take away from that guy. Like that's unfair just to say if the injuries matter to someone. Like I'm not gonna do that to Miles. He's a really good running back. It's just that there is guys that are better, I think.
Well, yeah, of course, I agree with that. There is guys who are better. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's not even a question.
yeah, that's not debatable. But I will say, if Miles Sanders didn't get hurt and he was getting the ball the way normal star running backs get the ball, he would be top 5.
Without being,
I'm saying it off of it's like a projection because obviously he has not been getting the ball as much as he should, and he has been getting hurt. So I understand you guys have the argument against that, but I'm just saying if he was getting the ball like he was supposed to and not getting hurt, I guarantee Miles Sanders would be top 5 back.
I don't know.
oh yeah, I agree. He would if he would never have gotten injured and they would have used him properly instead of just rushing him 125 times in 2020. He probably would have broken 1,000 yards. You know, he probably would have. But the fact is, they don't use him enough and add on the injuries to games. That makes it to where he doesn't reach 1,000 yards.
Yeah. What up, Randy? Is that Randall the handle?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, my guy?
Yeah, he put
Also,
in short RTHST for Randall the Handle Sports Talk.
Bro, this whole yards per carry thing.
And the link's inside the chat if you want to jump in here, Randall. You've been saying you're dying for one of these, so go ahead and hit it up.
I'm not saying that yards per carry doesn't matter, but I feel like that's such a like inexcusable stat because like Jonathan Taylor can break off a big run and that'll help his yards per carry. If you break off one big run, that's gonna help you. Miles Sanders is really good at doing that, so I feel like if you take that away from a running back, sometimes like the big explosion run, and you just look at what they do as just a complete runner, I feel like that's what people should just be looking at, like their vision.
But I do think it does matter in a little bit just because like Miles Sanders is explosive. Like everybody I still hear people say, bring back Howard. You know, I still hear that noise. Miles Sanders is light years better than Jordan Howard. They're not even the same type of running back, dude. Like people be tripping with that whole Howard thing. Like Howard's not that good. You know, he's a big back, yes. We had Howard leading our team for those couple of weeks, right? He did good. But you obviously seen as soon as Miles came back, Howard had more carries, Miles had more yards. He's more of a explosive back. He can produce more at the position than Howard ever could.
Here's my question, though. How much does that 5.5 yards per carry matter when you only have 600 yards rushing?
That's my point.
Like, and they'll lie.
I don't. He only had 600 yards rushing.
5. He only had
last year, huh? Last year he had 800 total, but 600 rushing, huh?
That's what I'm saying. You only had 600 rushing, so how much does that really 5.5 matter? You can have 5.5, but only in 600 yards. Like, yeah, that's good, but I would rather you have 5.5 with like 1,000 yards rushing. You know what I mean? That would make it look better. But when you only have 5.5 with just 600 yards, it's a little different.
Bro, AK is speaking facts, bro. Keep on doing it, bro.
I'm taking my unbiasedness out of this. I've really worked on it because I hate being biased, and I'm just being real. I mean, it doesn't – there's no hate towards Miles. I love my team. I love Miles Sanders. I love Penn State. I love all the players that come out of Penn State. But I've even said it. Miles Sanders could possibly be better than Saquon at one point, but I can't say that anymore because he can't stay healthy. If he could stay healthy, he would probably give Saquon a run for his money because I've seen the boy play in college. The year after Saquon left, he had 1,300 yards rushing, and he did a hell of a job, man. But
let's say, wait. To that point, though, I think Miles is better than Saquon too. I believe that.
What?
I think Miles is better than Saquon.
What does he do better than Saquon?
I can't say that.
Everything.
I'm a Penn State fan, bro, but I can't say that.
You don't think he's had a better career so far?
No,
No.
even when Saquon's been
Saquon doesn't even play, basically.
that,
Why I say it?
what
Like,
Sanders
Saquon had like the awesomest rookie season ever. One of them. And
Sanders
after
not
that,
hurt.
where has Saquon been?
Sanders
Even in Miles' no touchdown season last year, he still produced 800 yards.
I mean, it's just to the point now, bro, to where our offensive line is so good, you can literally put anyone back there at this point in time. You know, anyone that is even half decent. Like, for instance, you could go out right now and probably get James Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you can make that guy look like a stud behind this offensive line. And James Robinson already looks like a stud behind Jacksonville's offensive line.
He's better than Sanders. James Robinson is better than Sanders. And that's no disrespect to Sanders, but James Robinson is an absolute fucking dog. Oh my god, that dude is a
James Robinson from Jacksonville.
He's
Yeah.
a dog.
Do you think he's going to start over Etienne, being back now to Etienne healthy, or do you think Etienne takes the starter role?
Etienne ain't taking it from him, dude. Etienne's overhyped.
I agree with AK, bro. He is.
Etienne
overhyped.
is not getting that from Robinson,
I
bro.
think he's overhyped. I think he's pretty good though. He did play some good college football.
Dude, even ECG, you guys probably know of him. He's a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, and even he will straight up tell you he's overrated. And that's coming from a Jag fan. Like, Etienne is not that good.
He's really not. And the only reason they hype him up is because for fantasy purposes, he's like one of those guys that just with a good offensive line, he get you those like yards and stuff like that. You feel me? Like those catching receiving yards. That's it. But if you put a good offensive line around him, he'll do good. If he has a battle line, he doesn't. That's what separates a guy like Henry, JT, Nick Chubb, those guys, you know?
Yeah.
I feel
right, well,
James
go
Robinson.
ahead.
I
feel like that whole draft year from Clemson was kind of a wash. That whole draft class from Clemson that year when we got Kayvon Wallace and everything.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you say, you gotta say like Lawrence is a bust, if you think Etienne's a bust, because I kind of feel like both of them kind of got, I don't know. Like for me, Trevor Lawrence, I knew he wasn't gonna be that great his first year. He had some good games, don't get me wrong, like, but I thought, you know, the way they were hyping him up, either like, you know, as a rookie, this guy's gonna go out there and like be one of the leading passers or something like that, you know, and I knew that wasn't gonna happen. And Etienne went to the same team, and like, I think he's a good back. I think people just forgot about him because Robinson did all the work last year and he was hurt. But I really think this year, Etienne coming back, I think that they're going to be splitting carries over there in Jacksonville.
Well, let's correct that real fast. James Robinson wasn't hurt much last year, if at all. In fact, he was benched by what the hell was his name?
Urban Meyer.
Dude, Urban Meyer benched him.
Like
that was the dumbest move he could have done, and that's why he didn't play.
And then it's like
to your point, and pop back in.
Yeah, to your point, AK. To your point, you're speaking absolute facts, bro. They benched him for absolutely no reason. Robinson is a beast, and then it's like when they benched him, Urban Meyer thought he wasn't playing good, even though James Robinson was one of the best running backs when he plays. So it's like they utilized him wrong. They have a bad offensive line, and he still produces. So that shows you how good he is. He plays good with a bad offensive line. So my point is, can Sanders do good with a bad offensive line? BG. And that's why I think Robinson's better.
But didn't Sanders do good in what was it? I know. What was Sanders' stats inside the 20 season?
20 season, he was like. Miles Sanders had like what in 2020? I don't think
he hasn't broke 1,000 yards yet in his whole career.
Yeah, I know that part, but didn't he score some touchdowns? But in 2020 he was the only running back to have 3 like 70+ touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah, that's good enough,
that was his rookie year, correct? His rookie year is his best year.
Yeah,
he's only been in the league 3 years, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. His rookie year was his best year. That's kind of what we're basing all of this off of.
I'm saying that year we didn't have an offensive line. That's what I'm trying to get to. 2020, our offensive line sucked.
Well, James Robinson never had an offensive line, and he still do good. Like,
And shout out to my boy Joy Shakes in the building. He said if Sanders played well, Eagles will not sign him. The Eagles will start using plug and play rushers. The way
Yeah.
the offensive line is built, you won't need to pay running backs.
No, I agree with that, man. I have a feeling this franchise is going to start going by running back by committee. You know, we're going to use 2 or 3 halfbacks, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people use just one main one, and some people use 2 and 3. I mean, look at Cleveland. They got Hunt and they got Chubb.
I feel like we need to do that. You know, we need a dual. If we're gonna do that, either we need to find one good one, because like you look at Tennessee, when freaking Henry's healthy, that's one running back, that's a stud running back, that's a star running back, and that's either we need to get one of those, or and Miles Sanders. I still feel like Miles Sanders could be that guy. Like I don't know if I'm naive or what, but I still feel like he can be that guy, the bell horse back that we need in Philly. So I really think if Miles has a big season, he's gonna get re-signed.
I feel that way. Yeah, I feel that way. I mean, listen, I still feel Miles Sanders can be the bell cow. I do. I don't. Nothing really has ever shown me that he can't. You know, I told you all of this in the running back position is just based off of injury altogether. Now, I got to say, man, I have been a little upset with Miles and his hands lately. You know, the last 2 years he does fumble sometimes. You know, that one game he fumbled twice, and that one was like at the 15 last year. I forget which game it was, but, you know, he's got to work on securing the football. He's got to be healthy and, you know, just make sure you're catching the balls out of the backfield, man. Like, just play smart. That's my only argument with him. Other than that, he's a great back, dude. He really is.
yeah, dude.
All good further, all good. Family first, always. That's how it is around the nation. Family first, you know. Like we want to pump out plenty of shows for you guys. A lot of times we reschedule just because of family issues. So family always comes first. You two come second to that for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, let's get on to the next one. Because I think we've been on the running back position for a while now. Let's go to receivers. They had Alshon Jeffries, Nelson Aguilar, and Torrey Smith versus A.J. Brown, Wes Watkins, and Devontae Smith. Which trio is better? AK, you can start first since you were laughing.
No, I can't. No, I can't. I don't want to do this one first.
For me, then I'm saying I'm taking the 2022 Eagles. Like, I think this is the best receiving core we've ever had. And it's not even really close. You know, we've had good receivers come through the building. You know, T.O. that year, he was the best receiver on that team that made that receiving core good. You know, Deshaun Jackson, Macklin, that was good. Who was the third that year with most of those years with Macklin? That was past the Avant stage, right? That was more like the who was the third receiver?
Who? For who?
With J Mac and D Jax.
It was Avant, wasn't it?
Was it Avant too?
It's an Avant? Yeah.
I think it was Avant.
Yeah.
It's Avant. So yeah, those three versus the three we got this year. I think we 2022 wins that. What do you think?
Oh, listen, man, I will give the 22 team this one. It's hard for me though, because I'll tell you what, Alshon came back from the year before having that injury with Chicago. He comes back, wins the Super Bowl with us, and I gotta say, man, Alshon, he was lights out that year in 17. He really was. Torrey Smith, he got injured there, but, you know, and I will always, I know this is crazy to even say, but I will take Nelson Aguilar over Rager any fucking day. And I never thought I'd say that.
If I didn't add Rager in there, I added players over Rager.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just stating that fact, though. I mean, you know, I think Aguilar is better than Rager, and that's not
Like
saying.
people give Aguilar a bad rap for real, Because I just rewatched. It was yesterday morning and a little bit this morning. I was rewatching that whole playoff run that we made to the Super Bowl. Nelly made a lot of plays, my guy, and I'm not just using my USC bias because I love my USC Trojans. Shout out to them. I'm saying Nelly made hell of a plays in 17.
He did.
Like he made some big time plays in football, and I always get confused when everybody like dogs on Nelly, like he was just some trash receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like Nelly made big plays, and without Nelly, I'm not even 1,000% sure that we do what we did. You know, Nelly, he had an impact year that year.
Yeah, no, he did, dude, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we're comparing a team that actually won a Super Bowl to a team we're hoping can even come close to one. Fuck, man. Listen, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez, I will give it to them, man. But I hope I don't regret this. You know, they are on paper. This wide receiver room is a lot better. Well, it's better than probably 2017, but they got to prove it though too, man. At least 2017 proved it, you know. But I'll give it to 22, man. I just hope I'm not proven wrong.
Facts. I'm going with 22 too. And who is my favorite music artist? I'm old school, so my favorite rapper of all time is Eazy. Right behind him is Juvenile. Those are my top two for sure. Like, you know, I'm from South Central, so I'm from LA.
Oh man, my favorite of all time is DMX, but my one right now is definitely Joyner Lucas.
There's a lot of good artists out there, but my top two, you know, they're really 1A, 1B. It's got to be Eazy-E. You know, he started that whole Dre movement thing. Like, he's a pioneer of a lot of rappers, and I'm mad that they even cut his life short like they did. So if I had to answer that question, I'm gonna go Eazy-E and then Juvenile because that's my dog. And I'm Calabamian, so you got one West Coast, one guy from the South. That's how we roll around here. Who's your favorite artist of all time?
Who?
You, AK.
Oh, I said DMX. My favorite of all time is DMX.
DMX, oh.
Dude, DMX, I grew up on DMX, man.
DMX was awesome.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, but and then, like I said,
nigga try to give me the nut.
Yeah, and Rough Rider Anthem, all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But my one now though is definitely Joyner Lucas. That's who I listen to all the time.
Joyner Lucas is becoming my favorite rapper slowly but surely.
No, I think he's the only one lyrically who could keep up with Eminem. I ain't gonna lie.
And like that's the reason why
he can spit. He really can.
I love Eminem too. That will Eminem probably is pushing 3 on my all-time list. I love Eminem, like the old Eminem, the new Eminem, whatever Eminem you want to say, man. Eminem has been that dude. He's been that dude
for sure.
And Joyner Lucas, though, man, Joyner got some fire tracks. Like,
yo, have you heard his new shit?
For a minute.
Have you heard his new shit?
Which one?
Joyner's.
Yeah, but which one though? Because listen, I'm out of the loop. I don't be listening to radio. I don't.
I'll DM you something. I'll DM you something to listen to.
DM me some of his new stuff because like everything I listen to from Joyner has been fire. I haven't really found one song I haven't liked from him. So
yeah.
So we got the 2022 receiving core. Now this is going to be the tricky one. We got the tight end position. We got Brent Selleck and Zach Ertz.
This ain't tricky.
Or Dallas Goedert. And I guess either one of them. Alcantara or what was that cat from last year that we didn't see very much of? Jackson, Tyree Jackson.
And Stoll. Too.
Jack Stoll's he's a good pass blocker.
Yeah.
Who you going with?
Dude, this isn't even a question. I'm going with 17. I mean, you have two of the greatest tight ends in Eagle history in that roster, Selleck and Ertz. So, yeah, it's 17. Like, fight me. You know what I mean? Like, it's Brett Selleck.
I'm standing with my chest.
Fight
if
me.
you don't like it, fight me.
Yeah, fight me.
Like it.
I'm not taking – I love Goddard, man, but I'm not taking Goddard and Jackson or Stoll or any of these guys over the two of the greatest. Like, I'm not.
Facts. And you know what, though? And like you said, Goddard got to prove it. This is his first season. Finally, we thought it was going to be last year. First season, we could say Dallas Goedert's a starter. You know, who cares about the second guy? But Zach Ertz came back, and Zach Ertz was a man for half the season where he got traded. So I have to give it to the 17. 17 Eagles got the better tight end room.
Sorry.
No, I'm saying the Osman want to say anything about that?
Aguilar a champ? I will give him that. Aguilar's a champ over Rager.
Over Rager? What about over Quez?
Over Quez? I haven't seen enough from Quez yet to give you that answer. Let me give you that at the end of the year here. You know? I'm not saying that he isn't. I'm just saying I would need to see a little bit more. I mean, he had 600 yards last year, but, you know, I like Quez. I really do. I think he's something special, but I want to see him break
red. Yeah. Aguilar, I would say, yeah, that's probably where you have to put him. If you had to make a starting lineup with using both cores, it would have to go A.J. Brown, Devontae, Alshon, Nelly, and then Quez.
Yeah.
If you're using both. I think AJ's better, like, besides T.O., he's like the best receiver we've gotten. You know, not even from what he's done, that is a big part of it, but it's also the fact that he hasn't even hit his prime yet. And I think that's the biggest part of it that people keep missing out on. Like, this dude's not in his prime yet. He's not there yet.
Yeah. You said 22 for your wide receivers, right?
Yes.
What'd you say for your tight ends?
17.
All right. I'm caught up. My pen died. I had to go get another one.
Oh, no worries. The question, how do you guys feel about the gutless turd Boys for Life doing Troy videos or Eagle content creators? I think it's gutless due to troll face to face. I love it. You know, but listen, he is on my network, so it's like, that's why I put him on here, is to do those videos. So I love it. And most people that he does trolling on likes it too. So, like, that's why I didn't really have a problem with it. So I don't really care about it too much. Like, Boys for Life, that's my dog.
You can thank him.
Good, man.
Huh?
Always been a good person.
What'd you say?
I said, Boys for Life has always been a good person and an amazing person, and that's been trolling a lot of Eagles fans. So I mean, sometimes I'm laughing like, damn, trolling everybody, man. That's cool.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, you can thank him in the end of the day because a lot of people watch him. So if he's trolling you, he's bringing you views. So you can thank him for that because people are going to want to know who you are. So they'll come find you.
Yep.
The goal is not to give him material to troll.
That's why he don't troll me.
That's why he don't troll me either. Like, I think the last video he said something about me, but that's because I'm a Hurts lover. Pause.
Well, that was because of your 16-1. He's like fucking BG.
Yeah, and I told everybody my way too early is a 13-4. But I obviously every year going into it, I'm 17-0 until proven otherwise. That's just the way I roll. That's the way I am. I am a fan first. Like, this content creating is cool. But even if you want to get into those aspects, I could throw some numbers at you that make me believe that Jalen Hurts is that dude, and, like, you know, this team should be that good at the same time. But yeah, It's all fun and games, man. I wouldn't take it too seriously. That's he's a cool guy in real life. He does his job at a high level, and until someone stops him, I guess he's going to be best at doing it.
True.
2022, y'all ain't even done. Okay, ready, Red. We know.
Keep doing
We
that,
ain't
man.
done nothing yet, Ready Red, but your cowgirls are not ready for the 2022 Eagles.
Man,
Drew?
we ain't even talking football in the chat anymore. We're having a POC debate.
Yeah.
No,
He said JC and Biggie. I love Biggie too, though.
Yeah,
Biggie
Biggie.
was pretty tight, man. JC, I'm like hit or miss. Because there's a lot of JC albums I don't care for, and there's a lot of albums I do like too as well. So, in that aspect, I have to say, yeah, Biggie for sure. Jay-Z's good. I think Jay-Z's a smart businessman.
I
That's
hate
why he-
him. I hate him. I can't stand him. I don't know why, but I can't. I've never liked Jay-Z's music, man. Ever.
Never?
Never.
You don't
Yeah.
have a favorite. You don't have a favorite Jay-Z song.
Nope.
Wow. Like I said, I can see why. Like I said, he's hit or miss for me. I don't think he's as gifted as everybody put him at, but I know he's a smart businessman. He knows how to handle his business, and he's one of the richest out of all the rappers ever.
Oh, yeah. But I know a lot of people also that they forget about Puff. But Puff holds it.
I don't like. That's who I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm not big on Puff.
I don't know many of his songs either, bro, in all honesty. But I know he makes hella money.
He makes hella money for sure. He's a smart guy.
Yep.
In terms of him, take that. No, I'm not. That's not my guy. It's not my guy. But let's go to offensive lines. Who did we say was on that offensive line? It was Lane Johnson, which is kind of weird because Lane's still on our team now. So you go on Lane Johnson, Vaitai at the tackles. You got Brooks and Sayamala at the guards and Jason Kelsey. No, Steven Wisniewski. He was the starting guard. And then you got Jason Kelsey at the center spot. Which line do you guys like better? 17 or 22? And that's projected. The 22 will be projected as Lane Johnson, Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Sayamalo, and Kelsey.
Almost sounds like the exact same offensive line.
Almost a little bit, right? Just the guards are different, and even a tackle. Actually, the only two that's the same is Lane Johnson.
The talent is still there. It's just the names are different.
Yeah.
Can we draw this one, man? Can we just draw? Because,
Draw?
Let's draw. Yeah, I don't really think.
You gonna draw?
Yeah, dude, I don't think our offensive line has changed that much, and that's not a bad thing because we were dominant then and we're kind of dominant now. So why not draw them? It's an even tie. There's no reason to be upset about that. That's a good thing.
I guess so. Steven Wisniewski was a good journeyman, though.
Yeah.
And then Brooks is definitely better than Sayamala. Dickerson's better than
man. Would you not want them?
I think the tiebreaker goes Mailata's better than Vaitai.
Yeah,
That's
but
that's a tiebreaker for me. Like
Mailata's a tackle, not a guard. So it would be.
Vaitai was a tackle too. He was our left tackle.
Yeah, but he was a guard though originally. The only reason he was a left tackle was because of injury.
Well, Mailata didn't even play football, so what the hell?
I know, but my thing that I'm saying though is it would be Mailata over JP because JP played left tackle and now Mailata plays left tackle. You have to go by position. So right guard would be Landon Dickerson versus Vaitai. Center would be Kels versus Kels, which that draws out.
That's a draw.
And then Brooks versus Sayamalu now, and then you got Lane against Lane. So
I can see why you got the draw.
yeah,
I'm just gonna say by a landslide, I'm gonna have to go with 22 Eagles. Just because, like you said, Vital was a guard, but he played in the Super Bowl, and he did a great job that year. Like the whole stretch at left tackle, like he did a great job. He got a fat contract from it, but as you've seen, he has not done nothing since he got that fat contract. I would say my lodge definitely the deal breaker right there. I say with my lotta that is out the 17 Eagles. What's up, David? How you doing, my guy? Thanks for stopping through.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How you feeling about this list so far?
I feel good about it. I think that the 2017 offensive lineman is slightly better than the one we have right now.
Ooh. Elaborate.
I would say that because like I said earlier, Vata, he did pretty good when Peters got hurt, and then I would take Landon Dickerson over Lewinsky, but I think and then Brandon Brooks is better than Sinamalu on the right guard position. Yeah, I just think we had a better offensive line in 2017 because of that whole right side. It's better than really the right side we have right now.
Yeah, that's probably it. I would go like the left side's better this year, the right side's better that year. And what do you think about the quarterback? What's that?
You said our left side?
To the left side,
the left side is definitely better now than what it was then because, I mean, you had JP at the end of his career. Mailata's at the beginning, and Mailata's just a fucking freak, honestly. I will give you that, but our right side then was better then than it is now, I'd say.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So that's why I draw it, man, because two of the positions are still intact, and the other three are good, but they're young and coming up. So I still have to give it to 17, but I'm drawing it because the talents are different.
I said push for the O-line.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about David? What do you think about the the receiver, tight end, running back, and quarterback? Just give me a quick little overview. Pick a side all the way through.
Okay, so for the running back, I choose 2017 because we had a beast of a running back. I think those running backs was better than what we have right now. Wide receivers, I go with what we have right now because we have a lot of talent, more than what we had in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then at tight end, I would go 2017 because of Brent Selleck and Zach Ertz. There's no better combo than that, really.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
I like it. Well, let's jump over to that defensive side of the ball. It said, we're going to start with defensive line. It was Curry, Tim Jernigan, Fletcher Cox, and who was on there again?
Oh, it's Jenkins or
Is that the one?
No, it's Tim Jernigan.
Yeah, Tim Jernigan, Curry.
Oh, Burnett.
Barnett. Barnett was the other one. So it's Barnett, Curry, Tim Jernigan, and Fletcher Cox versus Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, Sweat, and BG.
No, it's all running together. Like when did we have Barnett? Was that in 18?
We had him. That was his rookie year that we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
no. Burnett from the Seahawks when we traded for. Was that 18? The defensive end, was that right after Long?
What do you mean? Who are you talking about?
Are you talking about Bennett? You talking about
Oh,
Bennett?
Bennett. I
Yeah,
said
that's Michael Bennett.
I
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I didn't mean Barnett. I meant Bennett. Was that 18?
Yeah, that was 18.
Okay. And then, yeah. All right. Like I said, they were all blending together there.
It's a tough one.
That's a good one.
I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. I'm hearing the I don't know, man. That's tough because I was a huge Chris Long fan. I'm a huge Riddick fan. Fletch is still there, but Fletch is not who he was in 17 now. You know, you got Hargrave, who is a very good compliment, just like Jernigan was to Cox. You add Jordan Davis in, Milton Williams in, and then you turn around, you have BG still. You still got Barnett. You know, you got Tyrone Jackson from last year. I mean, dude, damn.
Yeah, I'll say this is a tie.
I gotta draw it.
You did another push?
I have to push it again, bro.
You push it again?
No, I'm telling, dude. Like the line this year has really good talent. The line then had really good talent. I can't, bro. I'm sorry. I'm drawing it because, dude, like no lie, you have Riddick who is younger but can give you that Chris Long effect off the edge. Okay, you still have Cox doing Cox things. You got Hargraves now, who is, I think Hargraves is better than Jernigan. I mean, that's just me, you know, but that's an upgrade there. Jordan Davis is not in that, you know, in 17, he's not in that. He is in this one. And I'm a huge Jordan Davis fan. I've been preaching on this guy for like 8 months. I got to draw it, man. I can't, you can't make me decide. I can't. That D-line was dirty, dude, in 17. And I think this one will be just as good. So
Sanders says 22, and I agree with him. I'm going 22 D-line. It's way. I think it's way better.
You're only getting a draw on the offense and defensive line for me. That's what I'll tell you.
Because you look at it, you go, Fletcher Cox, I know he's a draw. He played on both lines. Barnett even played on both lines, but he's not even considered our starter.
Yeah.
Tim Jernigan versus Hargraves, and even a Jordan Davis. If you want to go to defensive tackle, I think our defensive tackle is deeper and better. An outside BG versus, Vinny Curry. I'm gonna have to go BG over Vinny Curry. Like as much as I like Curry when he was here with us, I think BG's way better than him. So I'm giving it to the 22 Philadelphia Eagles. What about you, David?
I'll agree with. I'm gonna have to draw on this one because I can't decide.
Another draw.
Well, dude, and Curry was on the opposite side of BG. Curry, it would have to be Curry versus Riddick, which obviously we all know Riddick's better than Curry. But.
Well, it'd be Curry versus Sweat. So Riddick's a linebacker. I know he's gonna be pass rushing.
He's on the line rushing off the edge though a lot. Like he does that 90% of the time. So I have to put him on the line because that's probably where he's going to be a lot.
I'm using Riddick for the linebackers. That's the only way the linebacker's going to have a chance. So 2 draws, and I got 22 for the defensive line. Let's go linebackers. That's where we're at. And who do we have starting there? We had Michael Kendricks, Nigel Bradley,
and then you had Hicks.
Didn't Hicks get hurt that year?
Oh,
towards the end of the season,
they had 3. Remember, we played the 3 safety and took out the linebacker, right? Is that what happened there?
I think so.
I can't see what that says at the top there.
Yeah, no.
Let me look at my.
Hicks got injured like at the end, towards the end of the season, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we didn't have him for the Super Bowl, but I don't think we did. No.
Yeah, it says linebacker Michael Kendricks, Nigel Bradham. They had 2 cornerbacks, 3 safeties, but I'm still missing a linebacker on here. If we just going off
It would have
Nigel
been
Bradham, and I think we just ran that Corey Graham was that third linebacker, but actually a safety.
Mm.
And then we still had Corey Graham, Rodney, and Jenkins. So this one kind of weird. Who would be the backup to those guys? James Harrison. That was the other linebacker. I remember we had him for the year. James Harrison. So you going Nigel Bradham, Kendricks, and James Harrison versus Kobe Dean, Reddick, and White. Or TJ Edwards, whichever way you want to do it.
I'll take 2022.
22?
Yeah. I feel like 22 is better because we basically have 2 linebackers that can cover with White and the rookie we just drafted,
Dean. And you, AK? What else smoke a lot?
Listen, man, I like the linebackers that we do have this year, but I'm still going to go with 17 on this one. Nigel Bradham had a fabulous year that year, in all honesty. But I
don't good too.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't really know what White's going to bring yet. I mean, is he going to have that Wilson effect where he comes in and just goes to shit instantly, or is he going to continue being solid like he was last year with like 125 tackles or whatever the heck he had? So, I think highly of White. I think he's going to have a good year, and I hope to God he has a good year. But I'm still going to go with 17 on these linebackers.
But even if you throw Reddick in at linebacker,
that helps. No, I'm still sticking with 17, man.
Okay. And it's really hard to go against. James Harrison was at the end of his career, but he was a stud linebacker. And when I was watching, I did see his name fly across the screen a couple times, some big plays. Kendricks was a good linebacker for us, solid linebacker for us. I really think Nigel Bradham is an underrated all-time Eagle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nigel played some good football with us.
Yes, he did.
It is hard just for this, like you said, Dean. No one knows what we're doing with that yet. I think he's going to be like defensive rookie of the year, but there is the other side of that where he could be a bust too, from his size and whatnot. But I don't think it's going to happen. Kaiser White, I think the guy's a stud. He's the best coverage linebacker. I think it said he was last year, and he was just the best in terms of making the play. I think he hasn't even reached his potential, and definitely will get better as his career goes along. See, we got a lot of players on the uprise,
Yep.
As opposed to those guys who were like solidified a little bit more. But I think if you add in Reddick, because he's been in the league and he's been putting up big numbers for a minute to it, then that's where I think the 222 linebacker core is better. Like we didn't have a guy that can get 11 sacks, 10 sacks a year on that linebacking core.
I understand, man, but Riddick is not standing up to do those sacks. He's putting his hand in the dirt to get those sacks. I mean, I don't count him as a linebacker when his hand is in the dirt. He is an outside linebacker. He rushes from the outside, but he's on the edge of the line. I mean,
but he can't cover too. Like Riddick's no bum. Like,
no, he can cover, but you know how much he covers compared to put his hand in the dirt. His hand's always in the dirt compared to.
That'd be like, if you're a Cowboy fan, you're saying Michael Parsons is more of a lineman than.
Last year, he was used more of a defensive end than a linebacker. Even though he was considered a linebacker, they used him at defensive end more than a linebacker. So last year, Michael Parsons was a defensive end. Even though he's labeled as a linebacker, he took more snaps in the dirt, did he not?
Yeah.
So therefore, he was a defensive end last year. Riddick, 90% of the time, his hand is in the dirt. He might not be labeled as an end, but he plays like an end. So I got to put him in the line, because that's where he plays most of the time.
Okay. Still give him the slight edge.
Yeah.
22. So cornerbacks, we had Mills, Darby,
Patrick Robertson.
Yep.
Versus Slay, Bradbury, and Maddox. Who you guys got?
22. That's not even hard.
Yeah, I said the same thing. 22.
Yeah. That's not even a question, dude. I will take Bradbury over Nelson or
Darby.
Over Darby?
Yeah, well, I'd take him over Darby and over Jalen Mills, honestly.
The Green Goblin?
Bro, dude, come on, man. Jalen Mills got toasted, bro. Are we seriously going to sit here and act like
he made plays when he needed to, though? He got toasted.
He still got toasted.
Made plays when he needed to.
As people sitting there saying Diggs is the number one corner in the NFL after he got burnt for 1,000 fucking yards.
I don't think he is.
Come on. But that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Yes, Mills did good for us, but he also got ate up a lot. Like, he was getting killed on those double moves all the time. Come on.
His best year was his rookie year.
Yeah. Like, I love Jalen Mills, bro, but I'm not doing that. My biasism is away.
You like Jalen Mills? Do you love Jalen Mills over big play Slay? And I'm not talking about that's on the field. I'm just talking about in terms of like the football player himself.
No, Slay's better than Mills.
Yeah,
He's a dog.
He's funny as shit too. That's what I like about it.
Yes. So I guess now we're at safety, and we're going McLeod, Jenkins versus Harris, Hart, Epps, whatever other guy you want to put there.
17.
Yeah, we gotta go 17. Malcolm James is one of the best safeties to ever play for a football team, and McLeod played good football too. Like he's up there on that list too. I think you probably could put him like top 10 of the Eagles safeties.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at safeties, bro, it should be Dawkins, Jenkins, and McLeod. I mean, that should be your top 3.
Are you thinking Dawkins, Jenkins, and McLeod?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple other safeties I don't know. I might put over McLeod. I really was a big Michael Lewis fan. You know, he wasn't the cover safety, but he laid that wood. Pause.
He did.
He laid that wood all the time, man. Like, I loved what he did. You know, Waters played some good football with us.
What about Quentin Michael?
Quentin Michael.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't act like Rodney couldn't lay wood either, man. Rodney had a nice hit stick to him too.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I say I'll put him that top.
I'll give him top 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah, top 7, top 5 in that range. That's where you can put him in there for safety. But overall, yeah, like you said, man, 17 got better than our.
We doing kicker and punter too?
Why not? Is it the same kicker?
No, different. Elliott was not in 17.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-mm.
Says his name right here, Jake Elliott.
Are you shitting me? Was he really in?
Yeah.
I thought he came in like 19 or something.
Where's it at?
Are you serious?
There it is, right there.
Holy crap! Wow.
Okay.
My
Hell
bad,
yeah.
Elliot. I'm sorry, bro. I totally forgot you were even in 17.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I never.
It
Man,
might have been his rookie year too.
I can't believe. Really?
Jake Elliott.
Yeah, no, that is right, dude. Because he knocked that fucking 61-yarder against the Giants week 2.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. No, dude, I totally forgot all about that shit. Wow. He seems younger than that. He really does.
Yep. It was Jake Elliott, and then who was the punter? It was
Johnson.
we don't even, Johnson was the punter. We don't even really know. Is Sippo's coming back this year?
If he does, they need to bring someone in to challenge him.
So Johnson's way better than Sippo. So kickers, a wash is the same person.
Yeah, and I'll take 17 punter.
And then 17 punter. So on our list, what did we come up with?
All right, so I'll start with you. You had QB, you had 22. Running back, you had 17. Wide receiver, you had 22. Tight end, you had 17. Offensive line, 22. Defensive line, 22. Linebackers, 22. CBs, 22. Safety, 17. With mine, I had QB at 17, running back at 17, wide receiver at 22, tight end 17, offense and defensive line I have as a draw. Linebacker, I have 17. CBs, I have at 22. And safety, I have at 17.
So it looks like I'm 22 over.
Yeah.
What about another point? The coaches, Dougie P or Nick Sirianni?
I'm taking Doug. Taking Doug.
Dougie P. What about you, David?
I'll take Doug.
Yeah, Nick hasn't done it yet. He hasn't won me over like Doug did that year. That year, Doug was calling some showing up good plays. You know, Carson was like a freaking best quarterback ever, you know, that year. So I'm going to say Dougie P, plus he won that championship. So we're going 17 there.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, did that sway my overall score at all? Or is it just...
All right. So if I add that in, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How you know, my guy?
You had 6 22s and you had 1, 2, 3, 4 17s. So you're heavy on 22, and I'm heavy on 17. So yeah, we're kind of opposite. Like I said, you're probably not going to like mine because I'm basing mine off already production. I mean, yeah, we can sit here and say sky's the limit for this team this year because on paper we're great, but until I see them on the field, man, I can't discredit the guys who won in 17. I just can't do it.
That's facts. That's facts, man. I do think, like I said, 17 team was awesome. That's the reason why I wanted to do this stream anyway, because I was just like looking at the team. And really, that was the point that made me look at the team because, like, that year 17, we weren't even ranked that high as an overall team. Like, there's a lot of better teams than us that year.
Yeah.
It just, we gelled together and we just kind of started winning those games we weren't supposed to win, winning those games we were supposed to win, and we got to the promised land. So when I was looking at the highlights, I was like, man, this team, like, they don't let strike me with the whole, like, you're not getting starstruck from this team. You know what I'm saying? From the production of the players that they have. But this year on paper, man, I am starstruck. I think we don't have a weak spot at all. And we have depth to go behind most of these positions. So, oh, man, it's going to be a special season. It's going to be a special season. That's all I can say about that one. What up, Jeremiah? How you doing, my guy?
I hope you're right, man. I hope we didn't make all these moves to suck.
That would suck if we suck.
Right?
Again, and don't mess it up.
Right? Like, I mean, dude, you did one hell of an off season. You did everything right, perfect by my standard because, I mean, hell, you've done worse in the last 5 years. So this is a great off season. It's up to Hurts and the coaches now, bro. If we come out and suck, it's all on them.
Isn't it funny though? Like this is like the first year. I think that's why I'm so hyped for the season. This is the first year we're paper champs. I can't really recall a year going into the season we're like paper champs. You know, that was a Cowboy thing. You know, it wasn't an Eagle thing. We just known for being gritty. You know, having a team that fight. So we beat teams we weren't supposed to beat type team. But this to me feels like this is the first year, and that's why I feel like it's one of the best Eagle teams we've ever had. It's just like going into the season, I am 100% confident. Like I really look at that schedule. Like we went over it the other day. That schedule does not scare me one bit. Like I'm not scared of not one team on that list that we got to play this year. So that's crazy. It's kind of scary too because I feel like we could beat every team on the list, but you know you got division games that always go hit or miss either way. And then, you know, you never know when one of these teams that we don't give so much credit to, you know, like the Lions, for instance. Everybody like Lions win. I still think we're winning the Lions, but I don't think it's going to be like a blowout. I think that's going to be a good fought game. They got a lot better this year, and I think that's going to be a good game. We're going to win it, but I think it's going to be more of a good game type situation. There's a couple of teams like that. Jacksonville, you know, Dougie P and these guys, you know, they got some players over there. They picked up some players this offseason. They're going to be a lot better than the team they were last year. Yeah. You know, but David, what do you think the record? What's your record prediction? Early record prediction.
I say my floor is at least 11 wins. My ceiling is around, I'll say 13 or 14 wins.
Nice. That's about par in a lot of people's. You know, like my floor is 12. And my ceiling is whatever, undefeated. But you know, like like what? You know, like it didn't. Like a lot of people don't realize if we go get our floor, I believe that it's only going to take 13 wins to make it to playoffs for sure. I mean, to win a division, 12 wins to win a division, probably. Because I think Dallas plays an easy schedule, but they play a little bit harder of a schedule than we do. And unless they're beating us both times again this year. I think, you know, we win those 12 games, we're going to be division champions. And depending on how the rest of the NFC goes, might even be getting a top-ranked spot.
Yeah. I think Dallas is going to take a step back this year.
Yeah, I'm excited for this roster, but I'm not comfortable being called paper champs or all-stars. Injuries and failed expectations are real things. He says, I'm hopeful, but I'm not giving us a Super Bowl or even a
division title. Yeah. No, I'm with Jeremiah there to a point, man, because, you know, I've even said it a couple nights ago. I'm all for saying this team is going to be fantastic. Listen, you're not wrong. On paper, this team looks amazing, you know, but he's right, bro. I told you when we had that live the other night, me and you going over the schedule, anything can happen, man. Injuries or just literally our defensive coach is shit or is really shit. You know, anything can happen. Hurts could get injured. Our offensive line could get injured again. You know, our defensive line could get injured again. Anything small can really, truly set this entire season up for failure. So even though I want to sit here and say, yeah, you know, 10 is my floor and 12 is my ceiling, bro, there might even be a way we don't even reach 10. But that's only saying that kind of stuff out loud. That's only if it's bad luck, though. Like if it's injury or literally just everything doesn't work.
I even think even with injury, like for real, like we got depth.
There's a few positions that worry.
Like safety, we don't got depth. Corner, we don't really got depth. But other than that, you know, we're pretty deep.
That remains to be seen. Yeah. But I mean,
even the depth piece got to prove there.
White could come in and be a second Wilson, and then what do we do? You know, if everybody's really dependent on White, I depend on him. I think he's going to have a good year. There's no reason he shouldn't, right? But what if he comes in and is another Wilson? Then you're automatically down one linebacker. You know, then you have TJ, you have Dean, and then, you got to rely on somebody. Dude, these
We
guys
still got
expect.
Taylor, though. We
Dude,
still got Damian Taylor.
what's that?
Damian
Oh yeah,
Taylor.
Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley.
Yeah, but I mean, Davion, he made great strides last year. Injuries held him back. I expect big things from him coming this year. Who was the other one you said? Taylor. Listen, I expect something from him. I don't know what, but that's the thing. Like, injuries happen, dude. We all know that, and just one or two injuries could totally make this team go the opposite direction. So I'm very
My biggest
careful
concern,
with what I say.
my biggest concern is just the coaches. I feel like the players, once you get that 53-man roster, like I think all 53 men will be able to contribute.
Yeah.
I think it's really the players. I mean, the coaches. The coaches is what's going to cause us from having a winning season or a losing season. I think it's going to come down to them. And them alone, really. Like, Jalen hurts too a little bit. But I'm hurt season all the way. I think he's going to be great this year, MVP candidate. But I'm saying, like, if Nick doesn't coach it right, Shane don't scheme him up right. We coming with this vanilla offense. Doing the same 8 plays again, and we're gonna look the same way. You can't, recopy the same offense and bring it back again and think you're gonna do anything better. So, they definitely got to step their games up this year. And if they do, I think that's the sky's the limit for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we see what happens, man.
I'm more worried about Jonathan Gannon than anybody else.
Yeah.
Because
You know why I'm not as worried about Gannon? Is because the same reasons why I thought his scheme didn't work last year. Like, those reasons were, to me, was, just offhand, we didn't have the linebackers for it. Just right off the jump, we did not have the linebackers to play that kind of defense. And I think now we have those linebackers, so I think that's going to make that defense play a lot better. And when you're looking at the Super Bowl game too, and especially the Super Bowl game, we played a lot of zone, and we had some off zone in that too. Well, we're playing a lot of off zone, so it's kind of the same scheme. It's just we have better players playing the technique than last year. I just feel like those guys were not ready at linebacker. Those guys were garbage. And that's why I'm not the hugest TJ Edward fan. A lot of people say, I heard people say he's gonna be a top 5 linebacker this year. I heard people say he's gonna definitely be the starter, and I think he's not gonna start. He's gonna be the 4th linebacker. I mean, like, he's gonna get PT. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna be on the football field, but I think Dean takes the starter snaps. Dean and White, if you're going like 2 linebacker sets, counting Reddick as that pass rusher linebacker. Yeah, we shall see, because I think he has the pieces to execute it at a high level, just like when he was over there in Minnesota. Like, they had Barr and Kendricks that year, and that's what made that defense really rock. They had good safety play too, and Harrison and Harrison Smith. But I think we got better cornerbacks than they did that year. So, like, that's where it kind of balances out. Like, I think the defense is going to be a much improved defense with linebackers that we have this year. And the defensive line's better. Our defensive line's better this year than it was last year, too. So, I think big things for these guys. Sky's the limit. And, thank you guys. Hey, thank you guys for even coming up here, talking about it. We had an hour 40. I'm about to watch some of this USFL championship game. Go Birmingham Stallions. My boy Jamar Smith. You guys not watch Jamar Smith. Tell me you don't look like Jalen Hurts, out there on that football field. And, I guess you could just say he doesn't, but I think he looks like Jalen Hurts. I think he should definitely be like a backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my boy. We talk a lot, and I like how he plays football, man. He got that passion, he got that energy, and he brings it out there at a high level. And shout out to you, Jamar. Hope you win tonight so I can get that interview first, my guy. Yeah.
Halftime.
Any last words from you guys, man? Tell everybody what you want to say about the Philadelphia Eagles before we get out of here. You guys are the 2017 Eagles out of this debate.
I'm an Eagle every day, man. It does not change. So
I just want to say that it's going to be a great season for us if everything go right, and if the players are put in a position to win. We should have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. Should be a good season if everything goes the way we hope. Happy 4th of July to each and everyone out there. Please be safe.
Happy 4th of July. What are you guys doing? Are you guys cooking?
Yep.
What are you cooking?
Pork chops.
Pork chops are chunky. Makes you feel good.
Gonna do pork chops, corn, green beans, mashed potatoes.
Look at you. Look at you, my guy. Yeah, I think I might try that. I know I'm cooking ribs for sure, but I think I might try that watermelon steak again. Made a video on it, but I kind of didn't do it exactly the way it's like, the second time's always better than the first time. So I think I might try that again with some watermelon steak. We have some ribs, some baked beans, some salad, because you always got to get salad in that. And some mac and cheese probably. I like some white corn too. So I'm be barbecuing it up. I don't know if anybody's streaming, but if they are, let me know. I might, stream a little bit of the fireworks show tomorrow night. We have a fireworks show over the Vulcan, here, and we have the World Games starting this week. So we got people from all over the world here in Birmingham, Alabama. And there's gonna be a lot of people here to watch these fireworks. So I might stream that just because it'll be if it's as many people as I think it is. They're already blocking up roads right now, so we gotta get out there a little early. If it's as big as I think it is, I think I'm gonna stream it just to show everybody, let everybody get a little taste of what we do over here in Birmingham, Alabama, 4th of July. But shout out to you in Philadelphia. Shout out to all you guys out there. Stay safe tomorrow night. Make sure you guys are safe. I don't want to hear any bad stories coming up on Tuesday. So make sure everybody's safe out there. Have fun and enjoy your holiday weekend and your 4th of July. So shout out to you, AK. Go ahead and let them know where they can find you at, my guy.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I appreciate you having me on and inviting me to come on and do this with you. But yeah, you can find me over at the AK Eagles podcast, on the road to 1K. Twitter handle is AK Eagles 88. Appreciate you guys so much. Definitely go and check out Hardcore Sports Network as well. That started up last month, and it's taken off with a bang. So appreciate all the love and support there as well. Be on the lookout for me and BG to do some cross network stuff. We kind of already are starting that up anyway. So but yeah, man, appreciate you, all you do. And it should be a good season, man.
A great season, AK. I
do have Jalen Hurts taking a Carson Wentz type leap in year 2.
Actually winning the MVP. Are you there?
Well, I do have him having a way better year than what he had last year. I think he has all the.
We just get frozen when I said actually winning the MVP because when I was looking at the screen, it looked like it was frozen for a second.
No, I didn't freeze as far as I know.
And some Mexican corn, yes, Miss BIRDGANG. We're gonna definitely get some of that.
Yeah, no, but no, man. I really think with his mental makeup and all the hard work he puts in, there's sky's the limit for Jalen Hurts. I think he can be the future of the Eagles. I just really need him to go out this year and shut everyone up. That's all I need you to do, man.
This is that year where the coaches, Jalen, the players all get some respect put on their names. This is the respect year. I feel like. I feel like Jalen is going to have the same type of season. Now you said it, the same type of season Carson wins, but it's not going to be in the air like Carson. It's going to be dual threat still. I really don't want to take that effect. Like, people don't realize it's not just about the passing with this guy, and that's why I think I get so riled up when people are like, oh, he has to be so much better in passing. Yes, he got to get better in passing, but he got to keep doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no other quarterback really that does it like that. Like he's jumped up the boards, everywhere. Like I said, 6th all-time most productive quarterback in his first year starting. Like, that's nothing to be shade off of. Like, there's been thousands of quarterbacks throughout this league, and to be the 6th overall in production, that means you done did something. To be a Pro Bowl alternate, that means you done did something. To be fantasy football, I know fantasy football don't matter, but fantasy football matters in terms of, like, He put points on the board. You know what I'm saying? He was the number one fantasy player last year. So that all that stuff does mean something. And it means that he's definitely not your average quarterback coming into the NFL. And if he makes that jump that he's supposed to make, I really feel like. And besides, like we talked about last time, or I talked about in my last stream, we do not have an MVP on this for the Philadelphia Eagles ever. You know, ever. So I am pushing now. I'm gonna do a hot take. Jalen Hurts wins the MVP this year. Eagles deep in the playoffs. That's what that's my hot take. You know, you heard it first with BG. Jalen's gonna win that MVP to be the first quarterback in Eagles history to win an MVP, and I like that. You know, with Smitty, Quez, I think people are forgetting about Quez. You know, I think all three of these guys are gonna have huge years, and it's not gonna be like Jalen has to force a lot of passes. I think Nick and Shane gets his offense, understands his offense, understands the talent that they do have, and they scheme up some really good plays this year to make it easy. Because that's the goal with Jalen. It's not to make it harder for him. They ultimately control Jalen Hurts' success. You know, if these guys scheme up garbage plays like they were doing last year, Jalen's gonna be the same Jalen. But if they can scheme up to help take his game to the next level, you know, get them in rhythm in these games early, then I think, the sky's the limit for the Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts. And I think, yes, this could be that year the Eagles get off the snide when it comes to MVPs. Hey, make sure you guys go hit up my boy, AK Eagles. I know I seen Jeremiah say he just subbed you up. Shout out to you, Jeremiah. Much love to you. Go sub up AK's Hardcore Sports, man. They a new network out there. They're putting out fire content. You know, go sub up BG31 if you have not subscribed to me. BGN Sports Media and BGN Entertainment. You know, we're definitely putting out that fire content as always. And like I say at the end of my videos, fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, we out. Peace.